And we're live. Welcome back, guys, to yet another episode of the Blueprint Podcast. My name is Hisham. I'm your host. And today I want to talk about the concept of passion. More specifically, I want to talk about whether passion is the thing that you should pursue. And I think that the answer may surprise you. I think it's more contradictive than most of you would say, and it's especially a bit nuanced. I think personally that everything that has been said about passion so far in the past decades was a lie. And what I mean is that, we've been fed this idea that everybody should be pursuing their passion. And if you're not pursuing your passion, you ain't doing something right. And although that may have worked at some point in time, I don't necessarily think that pursuing your passion is the right course. And the reason I say that is because passion isn't something that you just stumble upon. It's not something that you just inherently have and then you have to find it. I think passion is something that we develop through doing things that on the one hand, we're relatively good at, or at the least are not really bad at. And on the other hand, we also seem to have an interest in. And so I think it is, where interest meets skill is where passion is born. And so, people ask me like, Hisham, I have this idea, I want to pursue that, I don't know what my passion is, or, how do I find my passion? And my answer is simple. I wouldn't focus on finding a passion. Instead, what I would encourage people to do is to figure out a skill that they can develop, and then accordingly, if they have a natural inclination to that, engage more with it until they become passionate about it. So to kind of like break it down, everybody has things that they're good at and everybody has things that they're less good at. And so, sometimes people say like focus on the things that you're not good at so you can balance that out. And I would say forget about the things that you're not good at. I mean, don't forget about it, like work at least to some degree to improve yourself, but don't go all in. Don't double down on the things that you're not good at. Double down on the things that you are good at, that you do have a natural inclination to. And don't get it twisted. Like everybody has something that they're naturally good at, or at least better at than other stuff or than other people, right? Some people are just really good when it comes to communication skills. They know how to present themselves. Other people, they have a really creative side. They just have this natural inclination for understanding art or music. Other people are really good with technology. They understand the intricacies, the intricacies of technology and development and innovation. Some people are good with people, other people are good with things. And so, everybody has something, and you have to figure out what that is that you're good at. Now, my advice would be to engage more with activities that you don't hate. Now, what do I mean by that? I say engage with activities that you don't hate. So I'm not saying engage with activities that you love. Because let's be honest, how many people have that one thing that they're willing to give up everything for, to risk their lives for, to really become good at it and excel at it, right? Like the Beyoncés, the Messis, the LeBron James and the Michael Jordans, the Tiger Woods, the Mike Tysons, right? It's like those are a very rare, special breed that not only have a certain type of personality, they also have that perfect mixture of circumstances coming together. Now, I'm not saying that their circumstances were fortunate. What I'm saying is that it is the combination of their DNA with the circumstances, with time, with a little bit of luck that turn them into that 0.11111% that everybody aspires to be. Now, for the average Joe Schmo, those aspirations and ambitions wouldn't work. They would cripple you. And also, we don't have to, not everybody has to be a 111%, because if everybody was a 111%, then everybody would be 100%, right? Like the math wouldn't add up. So when I say engage in activities that you don't hate, I mean like try to do more of activities that you don't hate, kind of like figuring out from a place of curiosity to which extent you like it. And if there is something that you feel like, hey, this is something that I'm actually pretty good at and I don't hate it, and maybe this is something that I could develop into a high income skill. And I guess that is also kind of like the key takeaway of this video. Instead of pursuing your passion, figure out a way to monetize a specific skill. And often what you will see is that the moment that starts happening, passion starts being developed, because you start to you start to see what you're actually good at, and you also start to see that how the application of your skill set can turn people's lives into something better, right? So if you're something really if there's something that you're really good at, and then you put that into practice, and then because of that, people start to, take away value from that, then obviously it's gonna give a level of satisfaction that could spark into something bigger, which is passion to a certain degree, right? Passion is nothing more than being extremely interested about something and care about something. And again, we think that first we need to find our passion and then pursue that. And I don't think it's true. I think we first pursue something from a place of, I guess you could say from a place of curiosity, and then just figure out whether that is something that aligns with our DNA. And then from that, if we start to pursue that curiosity, we can turn it into a passion as time passes by, as we develop and grow into that thing that we're pursuing. So I guess that would be my takeaway. Don't pursue passion, pursue a high income skill. Look for ways to monetize. And by the way, I also genuinely believe that the moment things become more of an obligation, for example, when you used to make art, when it wasn't tied to anything, when it wasn't tied to a business, but you would just pick up a brush when you felt like it, or you would play music when you felt like it, versus when it becomes really like a business and there's people that are kind of like counting on you and you have mouths to feed, etc. I think that very often the passion you once had for that specific thing starts to fade away. So, don't forget that a lot of the things that you're inherently good at aren't necessarily the things that you should monetize. Also, not all of the things that you're good at should necessarily become a passion. It's really figuring out about one or two things that you have a natural inclination towards, that you don't hate, that you could potentially see yourself doing for a longer period of time, and then figure out a way to maximize, value towards the people that you're trying to reach. And very often you will find that passion is born right in that exact spot. So yeah, I guess that's the takeaway for this video. If you haven't liked or subscribed yet, make sure to do that right now. Anything that you can do to support this podcast, I'm going to keep preaching it. I'm like, it sounds boring and trite sometimes, but I have to grow this audience and I need you for this. Otherwise, we cannot reach more people. And in the meantime, as usual, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. Let's get it.